All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the Houston Texans. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll toss it to Miller. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, there has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. Past the 20. There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Damian Williams. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. The point after is good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They're going deep for Hill. He's got a man, complete. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play, 51 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Mahomes takes it himself, and he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Point after, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go. The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On first down, it's Watson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson throwing the out route and complete. That's Fuller. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Now Watson going to sneak it. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. After the run, Watson going to throw. And that is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Play action from Miller. Now Watson. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
You got block me. You got block. 53, Mike. Watch the run. 53.
Out of the gun, Watson. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And an alley to run. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
He can't get him down. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Up to make the stop, the Texans' leading tackler a year ago, Zach Cunningham.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, Williams. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it.
And that is caught by Watkins for a Chief touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. And now he'll tuck it and run. And avoids the contact by sliding. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down and less than a yard. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Well, later tonight, we have more football. Sunday night football, a good one out west. Steelers and Chargers might see equal amounts of black and gold mixed with a powder blue in the stands for that one. And then tomorrow, Monday night football, Detroit and Green Bay battle in the NFC North from Lambeau Field. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Watson with a give to Miller. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
I got him. 54. 58, boys. 58. 58. Mike. Switch up.
Back to throw, Watson looking deep downfield. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one, much more like lead.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Watson off play action, on the move to his left. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
The Texans on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Watson now to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Thomas. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Let's go. Here we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Let's go, defense. And here we go.
They're going for it. It's Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Frank Clark. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. J.J. Watt in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Mahomes now to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Benardrick McKinney picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
On first down, Mahomes to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey, and now it's second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. On second down now, it's Williams. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Watkins, the intended receiver.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it. I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get up.
And Watson's going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. And now here comes Kansas City. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs have got it on cruise control. Butker now to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half.
Makes the score Chiefs 32, Texans nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it first and 10. Now it's Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. To throw is Watson. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
50 set. 19. 58 right there. Watch the slap. Watch the slap.
Off of play action, it's Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Get ready. Spot.
Now a toss right to Miller. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
No one attempted or made more field goals in Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. But I'll guarantee you, Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use him a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
And just like that, on we head to half number 2. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Check safety. Check safety. Check 4. Check 4.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. And the great veteran Eric Berry back to knock that one away.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
We're set. 19. Go. 54. Check 26. Check 26. He's checking. 25. 29. Check 13. Check 13. To the floor. He's coming. He's coming. We got double up. Top up. Check. 24. What's the edge? 24.
Watson just beating the play clock. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. Watson now 6 of 17 throwing the ball, only 35%, but he does have a 1st and 10.
Check 53's Mike. I'm coming. Hey, alert. I'm coming. 24. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 5. Let's go.
From the 50, it's Watson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
66, bullet, high. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Jam. 55. Go tight. Spell. Mike, 53.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
You ain't going nowhere. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Hey, 29. 24, check 24. Hey, 59. Check 53's Mike.
Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Mike, number 53. 24. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Check 31. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And that's going to be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. 58, right over there.
Throwing again is Watson. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the rookie from UVA, Juan Thornhill. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we? Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this is caught by Watkins. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs 1st down.
Big stop, Big stop. Let's go.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
Yellow. I go on. Check 41. I don't need to.
Mahomes going to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The Chiefs on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Mahomes to throw. And that's caught. It's Kelce. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelce, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs just continue to pour it on. The extra point up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Slam. Alert.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Pass incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Watson. Going to throw again. He's going to let this one go deep. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Now they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But there used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy." Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field. Have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Now here's Mahomes. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney. What a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
41 Mike. Run. 41 Mike. You gotta get right time.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Here's Jones on the return. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. We're back now in KC. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll try the right side here with Miller. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Texans on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. They'll roll him out right. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Mahomes can sling it, but the feet are nimble too as he scrambles for a 1st down. Rams now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. He was looking for Watkins that time.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics. He's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Now a play fake here on first down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Emmanuel Ogbah able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Back to throw, Watson. And he's going to go down again. The sack comes from Anthony Hitchens.
We've been around this league for a while, and quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
Whip. First thing. Watch the whip. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Hey, 31. Shit. Hey, 24. Shit.
And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Bang, 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 bang. Shoot.
Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Fuller. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. The 21st pick back in the 2016 draft, Will Fuller, and we know that he can take the top off of a defense.
He certainly can, and the way that he does it is just straight, pure speed. And I saw it with one of the better defensive coordinators in the league, and I said, how do you defend that? And he said, at times, you absolutely don't. If the quarterback gets time and he heaves it downfield, Will Fuller's going to outrun any coverage you put out there.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs on 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Get that ball. Hey, 43, 15. Zoom, fellas, let's go. Collect. Let's go. Check. Hello.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's get it.
Mahomes going to throw it here. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. DJ Reader able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Complete. The tight end Kelsey. Travis Kelsey. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
Set. 19. 53. Mike. 54. Come on, let's go. SOS. Alert. SOS. 53's the Mike. 53. Check 53.
On 1st and 10, Watson. He's going to let it fly. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 81 yards. And the Texans cut into that lead.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Fight on these two.
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Got his man, that's Mecole Hardman, the rookie. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. The Chiefs on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, Charles, it's one